Hi everyone, I'm again here with giving a conclusion about our design patterns. In our fifth, this is the last part of conclusion of giving about our design patterns. It's possible to argue that in this design pattern, it hasn't accomplished much. After all, it doesn't present any algorithm or programming techniques that haven't been used before. It doesn't give a rigorous methods for designing system, nor does it develop a new theory of design. It just document existing designs. We could conclude that it makes a reasonable tutorial points to us, but it certainly can't offer much to an experienced object oriented design. Um, in this we hope that we can think differently, right? Cataloging design patterns is important, and it gives us understand and gives its understanding way and standard names and definitions for the techniques that we use. If we don't study design patterns in software, we are unable to improve them, and it will be harder to come up and to improve that or to overcome those problems. So, those are the importance of learning our design patterns. In this, we discussed the impact we think design patterns will have, how they are related to other work in design, and we can get involved in finding and cataloging the patterns. So, to understand about this, let us see some of the concept under conclusion. And the first part under conclusion is what to expect from design pattern. In this, what to expect from design patterns, here are several ways in which the design patterns in this design pattern can affect these way you design object oriented software based on our day to day experience with them. In that, the first one is a common design vocabulary, and the next one is a document and a learning aid, and an adjunct to existing method, a target for refactoring. These four are the concepts we speak under what to expect from design pattern. In this, the first one is a common design vocabulary. In this, we study of expert programmers for conventional languages have shown that the knowledge and experience is not organized simply around syntax, but in larger conceptual structures such as algorithm, data structures and idioms, and plans for fulfilling a particular goals. Designers probably don't think about the notations they are using for that means recording the designs as much as they try to match the current design situation against plans and algorithms, data structures and idioms they have learned in the past. And once you have observed the design patterns in this syllabus, your design vocabulary will almost certainly change, and we can speak directly in terms of the names of the design patterns, and we can find ourselves saying the things like let us use an observer here, or let us make a strategy out of these classes. So, this is about the common design vocabulary. And coming to our next concept, a document and learn aid. In this, knowing the design patterns in this design pattern, it makes it easier to understand existing systems. Most of the object oriented system uses these design patterns, and most of them are learning object oriented programs often complain that the system they are working with the use of inheritance in equivalent ways, and that it makes very difficult to follow the flow of control. And in large part, this is because they don't have to understand the design patterns in the system. And learning these design patterns will help you understanding the existing object oriented systems, and these design patterns can also make you a better designer. They provide the solutions to the common problems. If you work with object oriented systems long enough, we can probably learn these design patterns on our own. But learning or reading of these concepts will make much faster. We have to make much faster. Learning these patterns will help the novice act more like an expert. And moreover, describing a systems in terms of the design pattern that it uses will make it a lot easier to understand. And people will have to and we can have to reverse engineer the designers to unearth the pattern it uses. We use these patterns in our own design and we have found them invaluable, and we can use these design patterns in arguably our naive way. We can use them to pick a name for classes, to think about and teach good designs, and to describe these in the terms of the sequence of design patterns we applied. And it makes it is easy to imagine more sophisticated way of using patterns, such as patterns based cases, tools or hypertext documents. But patterns are a big help even without sophisticated tools. And coming to our next one, an adjunct to existing methods. In this, the object oriented design methods are supported to promote good designs, to teach new designers how to design well, and to standardize the way designs are developed. And a designer method typically defines a set of notations for modeling various aspects of design, along with a set of rules that govern how and when to use each notation. Design methods usually describe problem that occurs in a design, how to resolve them, and how to evaluate design. But they haven't been able to capture the experience of expected designs. And we will believe our own design patterns are not important piece that's been missing from object oriented design methods. And these design patterns shows how to use primitive techniques such as objects, inheritance, and polymorphism, and they show how to parameterize a system with an algorithm, and are a behavior and a state are the kind of objects that it supports to create. And this design pattern provides a way to describe more of the why of the design and not just record the result of your decision. And the applicability, consequences, and the implementation sections of these design patterns help guide you in the decisions you have to make. And these design patterns are especially useful in turning an analysis model into an implementation model. And our next one is a target for refactoring. In this we will speak about two parts, two problems. And the one of the problem in developing reusable software is that it often has to be reorganized or refactored. And the next one is design patterns help you determine how to reorganize a design, and they can reduce the amount of refactoring you need to do later. In this we consider different life cycles of object oriented software for different phases, and we will going to develop that. And in this, our design patterns captures many of the structures that result from refactoring. Using these patterns early in this life of design prevents later refactoring. But even if you don't see how to apply a pattern until after you haven't built your system, the pattern can still show you how to change it. And these design pattern thus provides a target for your refactorings. So this about what to expect from our design pattern, and let us see the history about this design pattern.